In November 2007, shark fanatic Patrick Walsh goes on a cage diving trip off the coast of Mexico.
I'm ready to get scared.
Diving with great whites and filming them in action has long been a dream of Patrick's.
There's really nothing that is more powerful in the ocean than a great white. They just have awesome killing power, and they're also just such a beautiful, magnificent animal.
It's the third day of Patrick's trip, and he's already been shark diving 5 times. But today, there are some really big great whites who seem to be watching them.
There's another one right there. See her?
Dude, that's sick. Holy crap.
Patrick and his dive buddy Paul can't wait to get in the cage. But once they do, the sharks seem reluctant to get close.
It's very slow. There's not really much going on in the water. No sharks to be seen. And so the two of us were kind of just sitting there waiting. Deep in the water, I see a shark coming up very fast. This shark was coming up after the tuna that was put out in front of the cage about 30 feet out. I was just excited. In a split second, everything changed. The shark was just coming straight at the two of us. With the force of the impact, it had wedged itself into the cage and was just terrified.
Great white sharks have a thing called a nictitating membrane that encloses their eyes, so just before they bite, they're actually flying blind.
The shark just started thrashing, and it just snapped his cage just to pieces. It was like it was made out of balsa wood.
Here you have a shark which weighs thousands of pounds stuck inside of this little metal cage, and it's thrashing around trying to get out, and you see just how weak that metal is compared to this massive great white shark.
I was just preparing myself for the inevitable. Getting bit in half, losing an arm or a leg. This was not a situation you get out of.
Sharks can only swim forward, so this shark can't reverse, he can't go backwards. And it's nervous and panicking, there's nowhere to hide.
I get pinned below the shark, and my fellow diver is above this shark, and I thought for sure he was gone.
Patrick struggles through the escape hatch in the side of the cage, but now he's in the open water, at the mercy of whatever else is stalking nearby.
In that few seconds, the shark was able to free itself. I'm holding on to this cage. I'm terrified. I'm positive that I just saw my dive buddy just get killed, and I was next.
Patrick scans the water, but he has no idea where the frenzied shark could be.
I felt like the hang bait that was out in front of this cage, and I just felt completely vulnerable.
At any second, the great white that smashed the cage could come after Patrick again. Dangling by his airline, the only way back to the boat is back through the mangled cage.
Those 5 seconds were probably the most terrifying of the whole experience.
Finally, he's hauled to safety.
I'm wondering what happened to Paul. What happened to my dive buddy that was in this cage with me? And I make it through the crowd, and he's just sitting there, laughing and having a ball. He just can't believe the same thing, that we both just walked away from this situation completely unharmed. Not even a scratch.
What is? Happy to be alive. You and me both, man.
I was back in the water 15 minutes after the accident, and it will never deter me from what I love.